A tirade in Santee in a hair salon led to an assault with a deadly weapon charge against a man who threw a lot of shampoo.
Yep, well, as you would imagine, it was caught on camera, and that video is now getting some interest on social media.
You know, every once in a while, the setup for a news story is too good. It's too wonderful. It's a 10 out of 10. I'll buy into it every time. And this particular case out of San Diego is definitely 100% one of those stories. Because today we're going to talk about somebody who's rather unhinged, who decided that he was going to show up to a hair salon at the time that they were closing, demand a haircut. They decided to offer him said haircut, but somehow this all spiraled out of control to the point where this guy was flinging shampoo bottles at the staff and ultimately ended up getting arrested for assault with a deadly weapon. Yes, we're talking deadly shampoo. They told you parabens were perfectly fine, but guess what? Apparently in San Diego, they are deadly weapons, and that's what we're going to talk about today. But before we do, I will remind you that on February 15th and 16th, which is the end of this week, I will be in Newark, New Jersey for DebateCon 5. The link to tickets is in the top of the description. I hope to see you guys out there if you can make it.
I had someone kind of freak out on this.
The talk around Great Clips Salon in Santee Wednesday night.
I took the video of him. I just didn't know how he was going to act.
Is about the video of the man identified as 27-year-old August Marriott exploding.
They just threw a bunch of stuff. I'm at the Great Clips in Santee.
Stylist Jessica Shermer is the other voice on the phone. She shot the video and called 911.
Yeah, pretty shaken up because we didn't know if he had anything in his pockets, weapon, knife, You don't know how someone's going to act when they just kind of like snap like that.
So the suspect that is, of course, allegedly throwing these deadly bottles of shampoo at this particular woman is called August Marriott. Now, I do want to say allegedly, even though he is captured on cell phone video and probably also additionally captured on security cam video doing this, because we don't know all the circumstances of the case. He has not been adjudicated to be guilty. And for all we know, he was defending himself with those shampoo bottles. And another angle could prove him to be innocent. That being said, August Marriott, I have to give you 3 stars for your throwing of the shampoo. And yes, that is a Marriott hotel joke that I am certain almost none of you will understand. Definitely not one of their top of the line resorts.
Disrespectful. Don't be disrespecting mother when they come up in here.
This violent outburst is what landed 27-year-old August Marriott behind bars. Police say it all started when he couldn't get a haircut at closing time. That's when witnesses say that he exploded in rage at the Santee Great Clips last week, throwing hair products while unleashing a torrent of profanities and hate speech at both staff and customers.
You need to leave. Dude.
Now look, obviously right now, I just want to make this clear, everybody's okay in this particular story. There don't appear to be any serious injuries or anything of the sort, and possibly August Marriott has some kind of mental issue. So when I'm making fun of this, I want you to understand that everybody has made it through alright, although they are people that are shaken up, like this woman right here who was filming it, and in fact, she is so shaken up, you can actually see her film her other hand, in which she grabs a comb rather than the scissors, which by the way, if you're under threat, if you feel like you're in danger, you definitely want the scissors instead of the comb.
Shermer says Marriott walked in the door just before closing time, complaining he couldn't make an appointment online. Despite the late hours, she agreed to stay and cut his hair. That was followed by a barrage of angry slurs.
Big ugly glasses on your face. I should knock them off your face.
After he was told to leave, it got more dangerous.
You need to leave.
Shut the up.
After 2 minutes of this tirade, the intruder left. Shermer says that's him in the white car. On Tuesday, nearly a week after this incident, sheriff's deputies from the Santee station arrested Marriott in Chula Vista.
So this is also a story of no good deed going unpunished. Again, this guy ends up showing up when the place is closing. He tries to demand a haircut. He's apparently angry that he can't make an appointment online. And honestly, I need to make something 100% clear to all these different hair care places and all these different places that require online appointments post-COVID. You need to fix your online reservation system. You need to fix your online systems in general. And the reason why is that this constantly happens, and it is actually really annoying. Now, that being said, do I agree with this man flinging shampoo bottles across this particular hair salon? Absolutely not. Will I also point out that this guy is a man and he should probably go to a barbershop in order to get his haircut? I mean, that would be the way to avoid paying $70 for a haircut that should cost you in a major metropolitan area something like $20. But again, this guy's a little bit unhinged and he's obviously angry, and even though I do agree in part that these online appointment systems are something to kind of get angry or frustrated about, obviously this is going way too far. Obviously this guy has crossed the line, and considering they went out of their way to cater to him, you just kind of understand that this person is pretty unhinged, and I sincerely doubt he even tried or attempted to really make this appointment on the internet, and that's the reason why he was angry. Again, just walk up to a barbershop, my friend, and go get your hair cut there. There's no reason that you definitely need to get your hair cut here, that this is the best place on planet Earth for you to do so, unless, of course, this is actually the best place on planet Earth for you to get your hair cut.
This is not Marriott's first brush with the law. Court records show that he was actually on parole, convicted in 2023 for assaulting both an employee and a customer at a Scripps Ranch Jack in the Box, where he also shouted racial slurs. Now, for the second day in a row, Marriott has refused to appear in court, citing medical reasons. This appears to be a pattern. He's delayed court proceedings before during his 2023 case. But when can defendants actually refuse to show up? Defense attorney Gretchen von Helms, while not involved in this case, says there are limits to when defendants in custody can skip court.
So yeah, the guy goes on his crazy rant. He starts flinging stuff across. Again, nobody was really hurt or anything of the sort. But what we're going to find out is that this is an individual that's actually on parole or probation, actually has a serious violent history, and definitely 100% should be removed from the streets, because if this is the level of snap that this guy has over something like an online appointment system not really working all that well at a hair salon, imagine what he would do in a more serious scenario. And in fact, we don't have to imagine, because he has been convicted of crimes previously, and it's really unfortunate that this guy is released time and time again. But are we surprised in the state of California that this is a thing that happens to be occurring?
His booking records indicate he's been charged with assault with a deadly weapon, vandalism, and a parole violation. Las Vegas court records indicate Marriott has at least two other aliases, Juan Martinez and Cooper Hill. While no one was seriously injured, the random attack left an emotional mark.
So according to Las Vegas criminal records, this guy has two aliases, which by the way leads me to believe that this person is half Latino, half white, because his two aliases are super Latino, Juan Martinez, doesn't get more Latino than that, and Cooper Hill, which sounds very white. So I'm thinking that this guy is doing his split aliases either because he is half Latino, half white, or because he's been told that he looks kind of Latino his whole life. Thus, he went by the name Juan Martinez, which by the way, a little bit of an editor's note for you guys out there in the audience. If you're ever arrested and the police ask you if you have any aliases and you tell them as a joke a name of a potential alias that you might have, you better be prepared for the rest of your life for said alias to be repeated back to you to end up in reports like this, because this is something when they ask you, they actually keep a diligent record of. And normally this is used in order to track the names of gang affiliated persons, because they might have some kind of gang nickname or something that they're called in relation to their gang. And yeah, if you give them a stupid name, as many people have found out as a joke, just be prepared, just be ready for when you're 60 and you're being pulled over for speeding for that alias to pop up on the police's database as something that you like to be called. So very much, if you're the guy named Big Balls in Elon Musk's Doge and you get pulled over and you tell the cops that's your alias, you will be hearing that every time you get pulled over. You will be hearing that every time you interact with law enforcement, and anytime you commit an additional crime and a report like this comes up, we will be made aware of the fact that you have that alias.
That next night when we were closing, I was looking out the window, kind of making sure we did everything at the same time so we could leave at the same time.
Now look, to be clear, even though I'm joking because nobody really got hurt, I don't want you guys to think that there is no impact right here. Obviously, this person is scared, and when she ends up closing up her store, if somebody's approaching, that's going to bring back potential bad memories, especially since this person has shown a propensity to offend, has been released time and time again, and may come back for some form of retribution against the people working in this particular business.
We cut hair. It's not like I'm on the front lines somewhere.
In Santee, Dave Summers, NBC7.
That being said, if you're among the people who believes in simulation theory, I will just point out that this is a viral video or a viral clip that has been making the news, making the rounds on social media at a location called Great Clips. So I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying maybe this guy was just trying to give them what they were wanting, what they were advertising when they decided to call their location Great Clips, because this, him throwing the shampoos and going all crazy over the fact that they have a bad online information system in order to make reservations at this particular location. Sounds like maybe there's something a little bit more to this. Sounds like there's a method to this guy's madness, or maybe just maybe I'm trying to make some kind of sense out of the chaos in the universe. Again, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. That being said, she has one more point where I'm definitely going to disagree with.
They can refuse however long they need for medical reasons. So if they're just refusing to go to court because they don't want to, the judge can then order the next time they refuse to extract them, which means that the sheriffs have to go into the jail and they take a team and they go in and they remove the person and they forcibly put them on the bus. Typically, the judges do not order that the first or second time, especially if the attorney says it's for medical reasons, either mental health medical reasons or physical health medical reasons.
That's exactly what happened today. The judge ordered deputies to extract Marriott, but since he's currently receiving medical care, which could include psychiatric treatment, he can't be forced to appear.
Marriott's arrest is a relief to Shermer, although she hopes it's a path to getting him help and not just more jail time.
Yeah, so she says that she wants him to get the help that he needs and not go to jail, and obviously this is where I disagree. If you're willing to snap at this moment in time against people, if you're willing to go crazy over something, again, as simple as an appointment system at a barbershop, then you need to go to jail. If you're on parole for other violent instances and you're violating it in this way, you need to go to jail. I don't care if you have mental issues or whatever. That's something that you address before you start harming others. Once you start harming others, we got to remove you from society. That being said, as per usual, if you guys like this video, show them by leaving a like, subscribe for more content, follow me on the social medias, support me, support links in the description of this video. This has been me talking about the absolute nonsense going on in San Diego. Till next time.